bigified and bigly. Good afternoon, guys. Brian here. Today I want to give you my quick impressions on Transformers Legends, I believe it is. Takara Blackarachnia figure, who is a remold of animated Blackarachnia. So first off, we've got the instructions with a very weird comic. I don't know what this says. I kind of want to read it, but I don't have any translations of these. I kind of want to read this to find out this can't be as like blatantly sexified as this appears to be, because she's being dressed up as a kitty costume, and oh my boobs, and look at my crotch. Yeah, there's got to be more going on here than it seems. Right, please. So there's the instructions. Box. There's the box. Decent artwork. Picture of the figure. Picture of the figure. Artwork. Figure. Japanese. Toss. Okay. So, figure itself. Oh, wait, hold on. I'll keep this in the background just so people can kind of see it. Why not? I've got it there. Figure itself. Spider mode. This is actually my first time interacting with this animated figure, so this is really my first interaction to, well, I just said this is my first interaction with the mold. I'm gonna... So, this is gonna fall off, so I'm gonna take this off immediately. This is her weapon, and it is a little cool little grappling hook thing with a string that comes out, and you can push this and zip it back up. I like this weapon. This is cool. I get a kick out of this. Now on the figure itself, I'm gonna give you guys warning right now. I would probably have saved this for like robot mode, but I'm gonna give it to you right now. It seems like the majority of these figures, if you're not aware already, the majority of these seem to be misassembled. By default, these panels at the ball joints for what will be the arms are swapped. And I'll get into how you fix it in, when I get to robot mode. But in essence, if you want to know if yours is misassembled or correctly assembled, if there's the screw on the left side, it is misassembled. Mine, I've tried to fix, and thus I have put my screw on the right side. If you guys can see in there. So yeah. If it's on the left, it's bad. If it's on the right, it's good. But we're talking about spider mode. And since I've done some modifications to mine to make it actually transform properly, I actually really like the spider mode. This is a really cool looking spider mode. Granted, the boob mandibles, don't quite know what was going on there. Seems like they could have done something a little different with this, and okay, I'll go with it, I guess. I am actually honestly surprised at how well these front legs work, given what they are. They are very, very soft, and I would have preferred them to be harder plastic, but I'm okay with what they are. But yeah, I'm really surprised at how well they work as legs. I mean, yeah. This spider mode, I am digging this spider mode. This thing looks just absolutely great to me. Like, I am very tempted to have this thing just live in spider mode. Let's see. You can see her head if you're looking for it, and of course you can also see her arm or her hands. And if you're looking, hi, Blackarachnia. There's her head. If you're looking for her feet, you can see them, but they do transform. So I'm not going to complain about it. It's taking something. Basically, if you can see their legs, but it's still like part of the transformation, I'm generally okay with it. But yeah, spider mode does not look bad to me at all. For articulation for it, of course, you got her legs become her robot mode legs. So you've got a ball joint on this that can go all the way around and do a whole bunch of stuff. You've got a joint at what will be her knee and can go up and down a bit. Nothing really for, farther out on the spider mode. The middle set of legs, you've got a ball joint for her arm and a ball joint for her elbow, and this thing technically swivels. So you can get some motion out of that. And these things are on they are hinged together. So you rotate one, you rotate both of them. But they're also on an arm this way, but you can separate these two this way. So those two can get out, and actually you can kind of get some cool, like, I'm about to fight you poses from a spider. Oh, there we go. There's that pose. And I'm honestly surprised at how well these things work. Have I mentioned that? But let's go ahead and start bringing some people in for some size comparisons, because that's basically... Oh, wait. There's also the mandible boobs being on ball joints, so you can kind of try and do what you want with it. I don't really have any, like, good positions for them. I try to get them close together to make kind of look like mandibles. I don't know. Those are the biggest flaw of spider mode. So, for some size comparisons, I've got... Mastermind Creations Azalea, Takara Legends Slipstream, and of course my general yardstick of Chromia. So she's in pretty good scale mass-wise with everybody else. So, if you were like fold up everything, it would be about the same as Slipstream. For a modern comparison, I've got Dead End easily accessible, and I've got Motor Master easily accessible. So, there they are. Huge-ass spider. But then again, they were never trying to be disguises. They were just, protecting themselves. So, I don't care about scale at that point. It's not a disguise. They're not trying to hide. Haha, yay. About the same size of mass for a deluxe, so they're all, good enough to me. I've also got Mastermind Creations Spartan on hand, so... significantly bigger. Well, maybe not bigger. Mass or volume-wise, it seems like she's taking up roughly about the same space as the lower portion of his tank. But yeah, deluxe to a Voyager, they're not going to really scale well. Speaking of not scaling well, there's Ultra Magnus being all bigified and bigly and Biggerunif. Biggerunif? I'll go with it. Biggerunif. Here's another insect that I've got. We have this Fall of Cybertron kickback. They're about the same size. Not too bad. But I'm sure there's really some size comparisons that you guys really do want to see. That would be some of these guys. Like there's Waspinator. Waspinator. I've got, let's put Rat Trap over here. And Rhinox right next to her, because Rhinox is the biggest. Yeah, that works. I am like digging it so hardcore. I've now got 2 Predacons and 2 Maximals. I'm okay with this. Yeah, good. Yeah, I know they made Universe Cheetor and Dinobot. I don't have those, and they don't look particularly amazing. But I don't have them. I wouldn't mind owning them, but anyway, these guys look good together. I'm okay with this. But that's basically everything there is to say about her robot mode. Oh, I should also point out. Okay, so there is one more thing to say about her robot mode. Her weapon can clip in, just like the animated figure. And you can extend this out and have her hang by it. It can clip in kind of decently. Not like perfectly. But yeah, I could shake it, and it took a few shakes for her to fall off. Yeah, I'll do it again for you now that you actually know what I'm trying to do, rather than just reacting to what I'm doing. Sometimes it can be a little tricky to get in there. There we go. That actually seems more solid than what it was a moment ago. But yeah, dangling, some jostling. Yeah, that's more securely in than it was. There we go. And you can just press the button here to suck that back up into her. That is basically all there is to say about her spider mode. Let's go and get her into robot mode and talk about her that way, shall we? Jump scare! And bam, there she is in robot mode. So, let's go ahead and get her articulation out of the way. Her head is on a ball joint and is kind of glorious. Oh, let's get a view of her head sculpt, shall we? Like, holy crap, that is a fantastic head sculpt for Blackarachnia. That is like dead out of the show. I love that head sculpt so much. Her head is also on this joint for transformation, so you get some like doosh, 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 doosh motion out of it. I believe that's the technical term. Her spider legs, of course, can move out of the way however you need them to. Her arms are on a ball joint at the shoulder, so they can go all the way around. They're a bit tight, though. Her elbow is a ball joint, so it can go around act as a bicep swivel. Her wrists are unfortunately stuck in curling poses, and this can rotate around. Like in the animated figure, that's what you would do, but for this figure, you'd leave it out because she had the claw hands. And to be honest, I love the actual hands better than the claw hands. She's got an ab crunch, partially due to transformation. She has a waist joint. She's got legs that can go forward very far, backwards very far. Her knee joint goes about 90 degrees, give or take the bending of her leg. And her feet can do that, I guess. I think you actually might be supposed to be doing that for transformation or something, because that's how their legs are supposed to be, but that looks dumb to me, so I do that. You might notice that I occasionally just keep pushing her chest up, because that gets very, very gappy. And even though I have fixed my misassembly, it is still so frustratingly difficult to keep a gap from appearing underneath her neck. So much so that this figure basically is one that I say when I get to a pose that I like, I leave it. Oh, her abdomen can get out of the way. It can move and just stay there. That's nice. Oh, and her weapon. It can still stay where it was stored prior. I took it off and forgot to put it back on. Still does the same thing. She can kind of hold it, but not like amazingly well. And her chest can fall down too. I suppose if you want to count articulation, that could be articulation somehow. Or just flashing. I'm not quite sure. Whatever floats your boat. She doesn't have particularly good heel spurs. And this is really, like I said, this is really my first time messing with this Blackarachnia mold. So I'm basically learning everything about this mold through this. So let's move on to some comparisons, shall we? Of course, we've got the standard yardstick of Chromia. Let's throw in Mastermind Creations Azalea. I've got Windblade here. And Takara Slipstream as well. So she's rather tall. Yeah, rather tall. This is also from an era where there were bigger deluxes, so because why not? There's Ultra Magnus, IDW Springer, IDW Impactor. Because why not? She's rather big. But let's see how she compares to some modern Combiner War deluxes. There's Breakdown. We've got Motormaster, who is a Voyager admittedly, and Blackarachnia Falls Down. Alright, so Motormaster was repainted in Optimus Prime, so you can get a sense of how he would scale with, or she would scale with, an Optimus Prime mold. And of course we also have Dead End as well. So she's rather tall for a deluxe because, again, she's from that era where deluxes were tall. But I'm sure everyone really wants to see her compared with the modern Beast Wars stuff. So of course we have Waspinator, let's throw Rhinox in there, and the Rat Trap. That actually does not look bad. She was generally a kind of a taller character, but she was basically supposed to be about the same size as Waspinator though, so she's a bit too tall for, you know, scale nuts. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the way this looks. She is definitely going on my Beast Wars shelf and with these guys, and I am pleased with the way this looks. Once she gets into a pose, I am happy with the way she looks. And now I have 2 Predacons and 2 Maximals. Yay, go Brian! On the transformation itself, it's kind of cool how the flap, or how this flap folds up and the head tucks in. And I like how the legs, how these arms become the legs. And these legs becoming other spider legs. I kind of like the transformation. I don't really like her boobs becoming the like weird mandible things that they do. Like, I think they made the right choice in making the boobs become the mandibles. I just think there was a better way to implement it. I also don't understand why they had to be clear plastic, because it's just weird to me. Yeah, I like the transformation. Surprisingly like the transformation. And the paint job on this figure is just phenomenal. The head sculpt is awesome. So I guess I'm getting into my final thoughts on the figure. And yeah, I like the figure once I get it into a pose. I hate the figure when I'm messing with it. I hate touching the figure. I like looking at the figure. Once it gets to a point where I like it, I don't want to touch it again. Like right now, she's great. I like the figure a lot right now. Now I hate her. I actually did literally throw her at a wall. I got so frustrated, I threw her at a wall. That was not happy. And mostly has to deal with getting this chest to work well. So, yeah. Apparently some of these are known issues for the Blackarachnia mold itself that I had never heard of. All I knew was, I had never watched any of the videos or anything about the animated Blackarachnia. All I knew is I saw pictures of this and said, yep, I'm buying that. So everything was a completely new experience for me on this figure, and once I saw how like gappy it was, I'm like, that can't be right. So I did the research and found out about the, actually I very quickly found out about the misassembly error. Took care of that. Again, just to reiterate, if you have a screw on the left side, it's misassembled. It should be on the right side. And there's a thread on TFW that can take care of that for you. But it still doesn't really help. Now, apparently you can just push up really hard to get it to lock up with it misassembled. But I don't feel like doing that. That seems like it would break the figure eventually, so I don't want to do that. I'd rather fix the figure than do that trick. But again, I'm not particularly well versed in this mold, so I don't know if it does or not. But yeah, overall, I'm glad to have the figure. I'm looking forward to putting her on the shelf. I'm looking forward to once every 3 months or so taking her down and putting her into spider mode and having fun with that. That's about it. I'm not a huge fan of this figure for a toy, I guess. But I'm glad to have her on a shelf. So there's my final thoughts on it, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about her. How does she look to you? Which Beast Wars character is your favorite, and which one would you like to see envisioned with a new modern classics version? Personally, I'd love a new Dinobot or Cheetor, even though I know those guys both had one recently. They don't look as good as the 4 that you just saw. And I want to take a moment to sincerely say thank you to those of you who have subscribed to us and watch our videos and spread the word about us. You guys are fantastic for having done all that, and like, it's because of you guys that we keep doing these videos. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are awesome. In fact, this is for you. Gratuitous cleavage shot for you guys, because you guys are awesome. Sorry, it's Blackarachnia, and how can you not when the picture is like that? Like, oh, look at my boobs. Anyway, point being, you guys rock. I'm going to get out of here before I say anything else that's kind of dumb and sexist. Bye!